Hello everyone, this is Ed Park, a Managing Director at ATMS Logistics Inc. Today, I'd like to take a closer look at the terms of sales, also known as Incoterms, which are often listed on U.S. Customs documentations. We briefly touched on this topic in a previous video, but in this session, we'll dive a bit deeper. I'll continue to upload more in-depth content on various import-related topics. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notification. Thank you. What does terms of sales mean in the US? In the context of US customs, terms of sales are not just about transportation method. They define the specific point at which the responsibility, cost, and the risk transfer between the exporter and the importer. The transfer of risk refers to who bears the responsibility in case of loss or damage during transportation. The globally recognized standards for these terms are outlined in Incoterms 2020, which is published by the International Chamber of Commerce, other called ICC. It is essential to clearly state these terms in contract, commercial invoices, and other documentations. Just to clarify, the 2020 indicate the year of publications. The most suitable Incoterm really depending on the types of transactions, nature of goods, and capability of the party involved. Let's now go over some of the most commonly used Incoterms, categorized by the place of delivery. Export, delivery at origin. Under export, the exporter bears minimal responsibility. The importer is responsible for almost everything from the point of pickup. Always specify the location, such as export Busan or CIF Los Angeles. FCA, free carrier, delivery before the main transportation. The exporter is responsible for delivering goods to the port, terminal, or airport. From that point onward, all responsibility and the cost fall on the importer. FOB, CFR, CIF, delivery during main sea transportations. FOB, which is free on board, the exporter handles export clearance and the loading. The importer covers the sea freight and assumes the risk once the cargo is loaded. CFR, cost and freight. The exporter pays for the freight, but not insurance. The risk transfer once the cargo is loaded. CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. The exporter covers both freight and insurance up to the destination port. However, the responsibility still shifts to the importer once the goods are loaded on the ship. For air shipment, CIF, carriage and insurance paid to is used instead of CIF. DAP, DPU, DDP, which are all related to delivery at destination. DAP, deliver at place, means the exporter covers everything except import clearance and duties. The importer unloads. DPU, deliver at place, unloaded. Same as DAP, but unloading is also handled by the exporter. DDP means deliver duty pay. Exporter assume all responsibility, including import clearance and duties. A word of caution, even under DDP, if the exporter misclassifies or underpays a duty, the final liability could still fall on the importer. That is why we recommend working with a trusted customs broker to ensure the correct tariff codes are used. Here is the Incoterms comparison table. We won't go over the full comparison chart here, but a visual summary is provided on the screen for your convenience. Please refer to it when deciding which term is the most advantage for your situations. Let's look at briefly where the Incoterms are typically recorded. The first place is commercial invoice. This is the most common place. There is no fixed location on the invoice, but terms are often listed near the bottom or next to the payment term. Example, CIF Los Angeles Incoterm 2020. It also appears on sales contract, usually found in the shipping or delivery clause. Example, delivery terms shall be DDP New York Incoterm 2020. Often it also appears on packing lists, sometimes included, but it is optional and often omitted. Let's explore a few practical scenarios from both the exporter's and importer's perspective. Ex work sold. This means exporter only prepare the goods at their warehouse in Seoul. Importer handles pickup, export clearance, international shipping, insurance, import clearance, and final delivery in the US. In case of CIF Busan, exporter in this case clears export customs, loads cargo on the vessel at Busan port, paid for sea freight and insurance. Importer on the other side takes over from the moment cargo is loaded, responsible for US import clearance and inland transportations within US. DDP LA. Exporter covers everything including US import clearance, duties, and delivery to the designated warehouse in LA. Importer simply receive the goods. This is the most convenient option for importer. Let's review the key difference among different Incoterms as a summary. Export. In this case, least responsibility for the exporter while the most for importer. On the other hand, for DDP case, most responsibility for exporter while the least for the importer. CIF, CIP, exporter must provide insurance. CIP used for air freight versus CIF is used for sea freight. FAS, FOB, CFR, CIF used only for ocean freight. Today, we've taken a close look at terms of sales or Incoterm, which are critical components of customs documentation. We'll continue to post more videos that go deeper into other import related topics. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification bells. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to contact us through the email shown on the screen. We're always happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Have a wonderful day.